Right, hello guys. This is the semi-finals of the 8th Game Replays tournament in Tournament Season 1. This is TSM versus LAO, and LAO recently just beat the team 4v5, so they're on a good vein, I guess, good vein of skill, and TSM also knocked out tournament favourites Check 6. Going through the bans, we've got Hellbringer, Polywog and Defiler. Polywog I've seen banned quite a bit this tournament. His recent buffs have made him quite useful. Hellbringer's also generally great ban. He's very useful throughout the game, always has been through pretty much every single patch. And Defiler is also a great hero. So who was it? That was TSM decided to ban Defiler. Perhaps they heard of LAO, who had recently in the last game dominated with a Defiler. We've got a Cursed being banned, Swift and Sliver, and I'm not letting my co-commentator Torture speak, so how's it going, Torture?
Hello guys, yeah, it's alright. I'm just here sitting and listening to your insight on the lanes. So yeah, you see all those bans, Defiler, Polywog, really nice. Finally getting the buff that he needed from the last patch to make him a viable competitive hero. But further on, the Slither, also nice ban, also got buffed really nicely. Well, I'll give the voice back to you.
Yeah, the Swiftblade ban I've seen. Swiftblade is, as I said in the last game actually, and all throughout the last 2 tournaments, he's really turned into the carry of choice for a lot of teams, and it's unsurprising to see him being banned this game. It doesn't leave many other decent, I don't know, it does leave a lot of carries I guess, but it doesn't leave many that have the utility of Swiftblade. As with his magic immunity, he really doesn't need to have that strong a babysitter with him. Just waiting on picks for LAO. And with the Slither gone, it's, I don't know, some first picks are quite hard. Corrupted Disciple is a great first pick. Or not first pick, I guess. This is the second round of picking after the Plague Rider being picked, which I missed. Plague Rider, great hero, and these bans are really quite good. They haven't left many heroes that are first pick material. Ophelia being picked, that's nice to see Ophelia. Really enjoyable to watch.
Indeed, Corrupted Disciple, really like one of the best mid heroes in the past few tourneys now. Always had like a 80% win chance in all of the games he had been picked, so that's going to be quite a nice game here. Hopefully going to see Corrupted go in mid, and Ophelia obviously in the jungle.
Last game, surprising counter to Corrupted. I don't know if it was through out skill or out pick. Arachna did manage to beat Corrupted Disciple in the mid lane, and it really turned the game around, and the Arachna and their team won in the end. And that was LAO who had the Arachna.
Yeah, Aston L, who's now playing Corrupted Disciple, played that Arachna in the last game, and he was really doing a nice job. He's also one of the main carries for LAO.
Yep, very good player to play the carries on. He just farms up everywhere. He seems to be there for pretty much all the ganks, as well as being able to keep a decent farm going. Magnus and Soul Reaper, 2 very solid heroes, seeing a lot of play throughout many patches. Soul Reaper is a great babysitter and has a great heal. He can also go mid because he's got a pretty decent base damage, which I believe his agility I think got buffed recently, so that's going to help him out with a bit of armor and a bit of attack speed.
Not that Soul Reaper had problems with farming anyway, huh?
No, not at all. Engineer and Vindicator, we saw Vindicator again last game. That was to counter a Tempest pick. I'm not sure what massive use he is now, apart from maybe break up some ganks, but I believe his main role at this point in time in this patch is just to counter Tempest picks, to be honest. Stop his ultimate.
Yeah, and the choice of Ophelia and Engineer, as I'm looking at it, we might actually see some hard pushes, because the ulti of Engineer can just surround towers, and then Ophelia can safely push those with her creeps, and we might see another push-in hero now, such as possibly Demented Shaman or Pyromancer.
Yep, pick to help heal Ophelia's creeps and also deal massive damage if Ophelia can surround someone with a lot of creeps. The Soul Stealer pick and Zephyr, two very good heroes. We're going to maybe see Zephyr Forest, and then I don't know, either Soul Reaper or Soul Stealer can take the both take the solo lanes if Zephyr does go Forest, but Zephyr can also lane quite well.
Yeah, Zephyr has been nerfed in that past patch, so we might actually see some more balanced gaming here. And the last pick is Behemoth. Your insight on that?
It's pretty interesting actually. He's obviously got great initiation once he has his portal key, but I don't know, it's quite an odd combination to have with the rest of his team. Behemoth works well, like obviously initiating as I just said, but in team fights his main use is to just deal the big damage and allow his team to catch up, but there isn't much else in the way of ultis for LAO apart from possibly the engineer ult to deal the rest of the damage for the team, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, the good combination here I can see if they harmonize well is Vindicator initiating with his ulti, and then Behemoth has free blink in without being stunned or anything, since the enemy team is completely silent, so he can just pull off all his ultimates and stuns and keep the enemy really at low health, and so Engineer can just cast his ulti over them, and that's basically an ulti overkill.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have said that this HoN is very ultimate orientated, especially the big AoE ults like Soul Stealer, Magnus, who we see here, Plague, obviously Zephyr.
Yeah, the AoE damage of tSm is probably superior to LAO, but LAO has better pushing power, in my opinion, due to Ophelia and Engineer. So, and Corrupted Disciple, of course, as the semi-carry actually can be built as a normal carry now, so like I said, 80% win chance in all the tournament games we've seen him so far.
And I'd love to see an interesting strat which I've seen a lot of pub players use, and that's the Winged Courier Ophelia. It's a strategy where you stack items on a Winged Courier and run around with a Codex and a Mock, but it's unlikely to happen, but it'd still be pretty funny to see.
Yeah, last time I saw that, and actually the first time I saw that was in a pub game with a mate, and I was actually laughing at it because I wouldn't see it viable or competitive, but from what I hear it's actually pretty decent.
It's really strong. The Winged Courier has great survivability. He's got bursts of speed, he's got a shield to help him survive. He can just fly straight over to the trees to avoid damage. And we've got rune ganks going on. The rune is top. Magnus is going to pick it up, or possibly Soul Stealer, we'll see. No, Magnus is running through it. Soul Reaper, maybe? Magnus, there we go.
Yeah, Magnus picking up that haste rune might actually get some good harassment off. They're going into the jungle. Flying Courier is scouting on them, and yep, they saw them coming, so they're going to be aware of that now. Bottom rune ganking.
I think Ophelia here is going to be playing the role of creep dragging, or going to try to play the role of creep dragging. It's unfortunate, however, that oh no, I think he has just seen that ward, and that's a good job of using the Winged Courier over the trees. Take out that ward, so that means he's going to be able to have the full reign of the forest and get the maximum amount of creeps he can, and he's going to play the part of creep drag to help support the solo engineer up top, which is quite surprising.
Indeed, and I've been making a topic on the GR forums about who's the best solo mid, and the most votes went to Corrupted Disciple with second as Soul Stealer, so now we really see a competitive game of Soul Stealer up against Corrupted Disciple to really see who is the better solo mid hero.
Yeah, well, I think the scientific way of proving it would have, I don't know, Chew against Chew, Soul Stealer.